Hello, I'm Whisper. This is Dyson's Sphere program. Let us open up the game where we were last. Okay, we have just taken out a dark fog, if I recall. Now, our next step, I think, will be, I'm going to go here. I'm going to take that out, since the dark fog seems to go for us. Mostly. There's, whoop, hang on. I don't even need that there. Come on. Let's do this again. So what we'll do, I think, let us have a look. We probably want this for build area, so we'll probably cover that. We definitely want copper. Definitely want copper. I suppose we could grab that too. If we put our build here, we can do the smelting for silicon and copper here into a ILS. Then we do our, oh Lord, what are they called? Microcrystalline? Microcrystalline. And then we can do our processor build. We're going to need to tap some more silicon as well. One will only feed one block of smelters. Okay, let's get started here. Look, I put everything away. What do we need out? We need those. If we are tapping some silicon and such like, we'll need those. We'll probably need a bit more than that. And we should be sweet for that. Don't need that out anymore. Yeah. Oops. Okay, let's get started. And we have 7. Excellent. Can we get another? Not quite. We can get 7 though. Eight is very nice to see. 6 works well. And can we get yes, just got 6. Yeah, 3's not worth grabbing. I might have to stoop to grabbing 3's. Can we get 5? Just a smidge? No. Just a hair. Here is a little too much. Or it is. Alright, we might have to stoop to 3's. Can we get a 4? Nope, 3 looks to be it. That's terrible, but alright. Let's see. Let's just power this up. If we bring the silicon down into here, that ought to be good. We want copper because we are basically doing our copper and silicon smelter again. We don't want to send them off planet, and there's no point sending them locally. I might grab... No, I won't grab that. We must have something already out there. Yeah, we don't need that. In fact, if anything, you need to be demanding. You do not need. You should possibly be demanding, and you do not need. A little bit sloppy. Not required. Not required. Not required. And why on earth would we want to do that? Alright. Let us copy our silicon, whoops, and copper again. Okay. Apologies for the lack of talking. Just, yeah. I find it easier to focus. And that was probably not the smartest move. But we can fix that. There we go. Thought we might have a bit there. Excellent. Alright, while that does that, let us go and grab ourselves some copper. In fact, must be time just about to... Yep. Ooh. Getting a bit low on space. Where should we put this? Let's just look at this strategically. We could put it there, but to be honest, we probably want it here, even if it will interfere with a few things. Alright, let's do this. Need to do that? No, let's go start down here. That bottom one is going to have to be stamped separately, because as you can see it uses a different line. I mean collide. All right. I thread the needle here without being too clumsy. Well, it's great to throw down Babs in a big blueprint and watch it self-assembling. It's actually really, really nice. You should do it at least once in a playthrough, in one of your playthroughs. However, it is unfortunately a pain in the butt to go and collect the Babs once the assembly is complete. And we want to collect them because they actually are fairly CPU intensive. And having a couple of hundred of them on a planet-sized auto-assembling is, yeah, it does suck a bit. That looks good to me. Right, where were we to start with? Oh yes, we were going to do this. Do I want to do that, or do I want to do this? And the answer is I want to do this. Maybe not that one though. In a way, this is a bit of a gnarly patch. This is why I like the advanced miners. Can we get 5 here? Because we can deal with gnarly patches a bit easier. That will do us, I think. All right. Of those. One more. And there we are. Where are you going to? Down here. You do not, or do you? You don't really need it. You've got maxed. You've got a full. No, you don't need to be receiving locally. You. Provide, receive, provide. Yep. That works. Right, we must have... Yeah, we must have 30 odd coming out of that patch. Let's find the next one. This... Actually, before we go find the next one... What's that? Maybe... No. Alright, next patch. I like that one because we do need to tap some more of that. So, let's do all 3. And I don't generally like having 3 in a single PLS. It will work when one of them is coal because we don't really need coal. We'll just tap it because we're here. Should I? No, I better do it there. Ooh. It's actually a nice patch, really. We can get 6 and quite a few 7s and 8s. Is it worth doing 3? Not really, but I'll do it anyway. It is definitely not worth doing 2. Or 2. I'll do it anyway. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's see. Come on. Stop acting weird. We need one more there. I hate turn too much. It means it's a little bit funky to deal with, and it helps if we put these on. We'll have coal as our last one. This is actually a decent patch of coal. Let's see. So, alright, let us skip our don't mess around, just go like this. A slightly difficult patch. Where are we? Oh, not terrible. Actually, not terrible at all. Goodness. I'll take 4. Can we get 4 here? 5? Not easily. 6? Yeah, I don't think we're going to get 6. No troubles. Nice. Is there another patch up here we can capture? Not really. I'm going to select 1, 2, 2. Well, 2 will do us, I guess. Since it is pretty much dedicated for this one build. And while we're here, I thought it was here. Where is it? Here. We will grab these out, because there is no point leaving them now. No, no, no. You. Excellent. That's what we want. Alright, let's just save that at that point. And now, if we are getting 30 a second out of there, and it takes, okay, it takes 2 that means we can make 15, and 15 times Mark 1s is going to be 30, well, technically 30 Mark 2s. It will be more Mark 1s, but we will upgrade to Mark 1s eventually, so let's just do it as if they're Mark 2s. Sorry, we will eventually upgrade to Mark 2s, so let's just use the same number of Mark 1s. So 30 as 3 rows of 50, 4 rows of 50. That can't be right. Let's look at that again. $30 silicon divided by 2 is 15 of these a second times 2 because they take 2 seconds each to make. So 30 assemblers. Yeah, that's right. I'm starting to doubt myself now here. Let us have another brain check with the calculator. Alright. What we will do is we will have... Should we have a central? We probably will. Hang on, 15, 30, don't need 60. Let's take that down a bit, eh? That should be, how many do we have here? Probably about 18, 36. That should be 30. Yes, alright, that makes a little more sense. There you go. I see we've got a dark fog arrived on the planet. This one. Nice, more power coming in. Alright. This will be our main output belt, and I think we'll put our other ILS here. Yes. Electronics. Processors. Probably only need a couple of thousand of those. Don't want to be sending those local. We can send them off thingery. We don't really care about local there. Those can go off for our purple sites. And speaking of sites, we should do this, shouldn't we? I believe we've gone through all that. Then green. 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 Definitely green. We've been through here before, but yeah. It's always good to double check. We could do that. What else could we do? These are all green, science required. What else can we do? Green, green, these will be green. Alright, let's look up here. They're all green. We can definitely do these. Don't need anything more there. That is green. Don't care about research speed because we're not going at a blistering pace. Let's do durability. If I remember rightly, these also apply to space fleets. And that's the last one. All right. Okay, I think we are at the point where you just start filling things out. There we go. We'll save again. I'm just keeping an eye on the dark fog base threat there. Still 0% threat, so I'm generally okay with that. we probably don't need any more than 2,000 here. No, probably not. Excuse me. Alright, so we've established we get 15 a second coming through. Takes 2, so that would be essentially we could make 8 a second processors, or technically 7.5, but we'll be using slightly slower. Alright, so if we say 8, 3 8s are 24. We could do 4 rows of 6. Pretty much like what we did there. That would work. Let me just double check that. If we're making 8, 3 seconds each, 3 8s are 24 machines. That's correct. Yes, this is a little bit inefficient. Just using these, I'm quite happy to tolerate a little bit. Just because I know that we will upgrade to the Mark IIs. Alright, us. Okay, there is that. Interesting. Well, 0% threat, we will ignore it for the moment. And let us save here. Once they start launching an attack, that's when we'll go and deal with them. What else? Alright, if we are kind of short of magnetic coils. I think this might be the only 208568 that is a very tiny one. Oh. There you are, you ratbag. You are a little bit closer than I like. Alright, more power for us. Let's see, where are we? Goodbye. No threat because no units. Because it wasn't properly established on our planet yet. Right, let's go and put one here. Not the nicest set of nodes, but then doesn't really matter too much now, does it? How far can we get it there? Can we manage 4? Not quite. We can just manage 3. How about this side? Whoops. Try again. Can't even get 3 really. And I refuse to go for 2 nodes. Alright, so that's what that is. If we are going to... It's not going to be nice at all. Well, give us 3. Barely. It's only going to be 200 magnetic foils, so what the heck. Let us put down another ILS. Yes, we'll throw it here. No. Yes. Yes. Oof. That was a bit of a nasty angle, that one. I'm just lucky it came out easily in the end. What are you doing there? Oh yes, you're pulling at that. Excellent. Alright, so we probably want to pull out the iron ore here. Let us just have a look at how that goes. fairly lucky, really. Although, was that insufficient? It was insufficient. Give us about 1,000 drones. Yes, we have been building quite a bit. If there's no more sort of Mark 3s. Where were we? That's sorted anyway. But yes, slight surprise there. Not that it matters, they are sitting on our network. And available pretty much anywhere in the galaxy. Alright, that gives us the magnets. It'll be about 20 a second at best. And it looks like we can probably manage that. Still going up, so that's good. So 20 a second means 10 assemblers, or 2 sets of, this is going to be a shorty, isn't it? Okay. We will do this as though in future we might go more heavy duty. So there'll just be a bit of space. Don't want you there. Do want you there. So in future we can scale this up if we want to. We'll probably be far future when we are pulling the raw resources from across the galaxy. But hey, doesn't hurt to look that far ahead. Let's just watch and see if anything decides it wants it. I think it will. Well, we probably don't need that much, and we probably don't need that much at once. It isn't like we need to provide those to anywhere else. Alright, that's excellent. I think we've done quite a bit Let us have a bit of a look-see. Yeah, that is going to be a problem. Hopefully this has relieved it just a little bit. Okay, we'll save again. And I think it might be time to make this planet dark fog proof. In fact, you know, I am going to do something a little different. JMiles-X6C, thank you for your question. It does make me think. That's the question about using stone with making solar panels. And yes, it does make me think. It was very much worth it. Let's see, what else can we do? Well, I've already said that we need to put down let me think actually. Probably about here. Let's just see. We're going to put down our planetary defense. We will do this at 30-degree angles, so that's up there. And it's red because we do not actually get an area around solar panels. Okay. We should be able to get by, if I remember correctly. Where's the next one? Somewhere around here. We should be able to get by with about 9. It's not like full coverage, but it will stop the relay stations from landing, which is pretty much what we want. This is 0 degrees. Ooh. Where are we? Charging. $526 megawatts. That's pretty decent. Where's the next one? Let's try looking around here-ish. And then we'll go down the southern hemisphere. Where are we at? 130. 130. We need to get to 120. Around here. Charging. Actually, that's good. All right, so down this line. Then we want it about here. Once we've got one lot set up, it's a bit easier to handle the rest. All right. Should have done that differently. Charging. Now, the other ones we had, where were they? We have one here. Strange. I put you right down there. So you belong here-ish. Ah, yeah. Another dark fog. Well, I won't say no to the power, but that was a little bit of a surprise. They must be really... really... Oh, wrong spot. Looking for some materials out there. Okay, where? Don't want to go that way. I can come over here. While we're about it, we may as well take out the fog that has landed. And now you are zero threat, my friend. And I don't remember burying that, so that must happen as a consequence of dropping down a dark fog base. Okay, goodbye. We'll just bring that back up again. It's interesting, really. It must say that, okay, I'm going to bury everything in the area that I will eventually occupy. Quite interesting. Yep. Thought I had... Oh, I see. Collision. Alright, so we have... What have we done? We've done those two. That leaves us over here. So we want one there, not there, there. Covering up, the pole is covered. Excellent. All right. Now we are at 0 degrees ish. So we come up here, it'll go 60 degrees. Well, leftish. Yep, 60 degrees is here. Is it? Close enough. So while we're about it, we'll just put a band right around the planet on the equator. We will need it eventually anyway, so what the heck. Now we want to keep looking for about 180 right there is where we want to be. Let's go find 60 degrees this side of the equator. Oops. Collision, there we are. Where are we? 99, 90 odd. Oh, 58, 59, 60. So probably about there. We will let that charge and just connect this lot up, and that will be it. We'll have a quick look and see how the planet is going, but I think that we will be fairly well covered very soon. Yep, once that one charges up and bulges out, no dark fog will be landing on this planet. Then we can go back and fix our science, because we seem to have a bit of a problem with that. Probably a complete lack of magnetic coils. That's good though. There we go, come on. Just make sure and then we'll save. Excellent. In fact, we won't save quite yet, because I don't want to be carting these solar panels around manually. Oh yes, that's right. I just realised that our tech tree has finished, so that means probably we have plenty of... don't know why I'm doing it. Plenty of the magnetic coils going where they're needed. Shield. I believe that is that. So once we get that, we'll go over to our home planet next episode, and we'll just see. We're full anyway. We'll just make certain that we are in good shape. Actually, I'll have to think about that off camera. It might be a case if I just say to heck with it, let's build the quantum chip build here now, since we are here, which would make a certain amount of sense. Alright, let's have a quick look. Plenty, 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 and plenty. Excellent. Alright, yes, let us save here. 27. And that will be us. Yeah, put a pun in it. Cheers and enjoy Dyson Sphere program.